Come here, my dear. Sit close. Let Grandpa wrap you in a little story, some wisdom, and a whole lot of love. You've got that look in your eyes again, like you're trying to make sense of something that just doesn't sit right in your heart. Maybe it's something someone said, or maybe it's something someone didn't say. Maybe you're lying in bed at night wondering, asterisk, do they really love me? Or am I just hoping they do? Asterisk. That question has sat heavy on the hearts of many across generations. And it breaks my heart to know that someone as kind, as thoughtful, as good as you has to even ask that. But I understand. Truly I do, because I've asked it myself. More than once. So let's talk. Just you and me. Let's talk about how to know. Asterisk, really know asterisk. If someone truly loves you. Now, love is one of those things people think they understand because they felt infatuation or desire or even obsession. But none of those are love. Not real love. Real love doesn't shout from the rooftops just to be heard. It doesn't put on a show for others to clap for. Real love is quiet, steady, and sure. It moves like water, persistent and patient. Let me take you back to a time when I was about your age. I had fallen head over heels for a woman named Elsie. You've heard me talk about her before. She had this way of making you feel like the world paused when she looked at you. But it wasn't just the way she smiled or the way she held my hand. It was the way she showed up. When my father passed suddenly and the whole world turned gray, she didn't ask me how to help. She just helped. She brought meals, sat with my mother, rubbed my back while I cried, and said nothing. That's love, my child. Not flowers on a good day, but presents on the worst day. And that's your first sign. Someone who truly loves you shows up, not just when it's convenient, not just when they're in a good mood, but even when it's uncomfortable, especially then. Love isn't about the grand gestures, though those are sweet. It's about the consistent, daily choices someone makes to be there for you, with you, because of you. They don't run when things get hard. They don't disappear when you're no longer easy to be around. And you know what else? When someone really loves you, they listen, not just with their ears, but with their whole heart. They remember the things you said weeks ago. They notice the little shifts in your tone, the way your eyes drop when something's off. You don't have to scream to be heard. Your sigh is enough. Do you feel like you have to beg to be understood? Do you have to earn their attention, their affection? If so, that's not love. Love doesn't make you prove your worth. Love knows your worth and treats it like something precious. I remember a day when I was flat broke. My business had failed. I was embarrassed, ashamed, angry at the world. I didn't want to be seen. And Elsie? She didn't try to cheer me up with empty words. She made a pot of stew, sat across from me, and just stayed. She didn't fill the silence. She didn't push. She just made it known with her presence that I wasn't alone. That was love. No fireworks, no speeches, just a warm meal and a hand on mine. Love will hold your hand in the fire, child, not just watch from a distance and wish you well. Another thing, someone who truly loves you wants you to grow. They aren't intimidated by your dreams. They don't ask you to dim your light. They fan your flame. They say, go after it, I believe in you. And when you fail, they don't say, I told you so. They say, I'm proud of you for trying. I've seen too many people stay in places where they're not loved. They're managed, controlled, monitored, compared. That's not love. That's fear in disguise. Real love frees you. It makes you feel like you can become more, not less. Let me tell you something deeply personal. There was a time when Elsie and I almost broke up. I was stubborn. I didn't want to admit I was wrong about something small, truly small, but I let my pride take over. I walked out. That night, I sat alone in my truck. The rain hit the windshield like it was scolding me, and all I could think about was how she looked when I left. Hurt, but calm. She didn't chase me. She didn't scream. She simply said, "I'll be here when you're ready to be kind." And that sentence changed me. Someone who truly loves you doesn't throw daggers when you mess up. They have boundaries, yes, but they don't humiliate you. They call you higher. They make you want to be better, not because they demand it, but because their love inspires it. Love is accountability without cruelty. It's grace without enabling. It's truth told gently. Now listen, child. If you're constantly anxious around someone, if you're always wondering where you stand, questioning their feelings, then please take a step back. Love should not make you feel like you're walking a tightrope with no net. It should feel like solid ground, safe, secure, honest. Have you ever had someone say, "I love you," and yet everything they do contradicts it? Words are cheap. Actions are the real confession. I once knew a couple who said, "I love you" 10 times a day, but they also fought like enemies, put each other down in front of others. One would disappear for days during arguments. That's not love. That's chaos painted with pretty phrases. If someone loves you, their actions match their words. There's no guessing, no games, no emotional hot and cold. They won't weaponize silence. They won't keep score. They won't punish you by withholding affection. That's manipulation, not love. Love is forgiving, but not foolish. And let's talk about your heart for a moment, because I know you, child. You love deeply, fiercely. You give people the benefit of the doubt, even when they've given you reasons not to. That's a beautiful trait, but also dangerous if you're not careful. Don't fall in love with potential. Fall in love with who someone is today, not who you hope they'll become. Love that depends on someone changing is not love. It's a gamble, and your heart is too precious to be treated like a poker chip. Now, if you've been loved poorly before, if someone made you feel unlovable, broken, too much, or not enough, I want you to know that was not love. That was someone who didn't know how to love themselves, so they couldn't love you either. You're not hard to love. You've just been loving people who weren't ready. Real love will never ask you to hide parts of yourself. It won't shame your sensitivity. It won't laugh at your dreams or call your fears silly. It'll pull you close and say, "I'm here," even when it's messy. So, let me ask you plainly, does this person bring you peace, or do they bring you confusion? Because real love brings clarity. Even when there are disagreements, there's no doubt about their heart. And if you're still unsure, then come back here. Sit with me again. I'll keep reminding you of what you deserve until you believe it yourself. Because I love you, child, with all the experience of man who's lived and lost and learned, with all the softness that age has carved into my voice, with all the hope that your story will be better, because you know what love really is. And before you go, may I ask you something from this old heart of mine? If this talk felt like a warm place to rest, if you felt seen or understood, or just less alone for a while, would you subscribe to Grandpa Talk? This space we have. It matters. It's a quiet corner in a loud world. A place to hear truth spoken gently. A place to come back to when the world gets heavy. So subscribe, child, so I can keep sharing stories with you, so we don't lose touch, so you always have a voice in the dark reminding you that you are worthy, you are lovable, and you are never alone. I'll be right here. I love you. Take care of your heart.